So it's Tuesday, and I'm saying for the rest of the week. Um, I'm having really difficult for the past month with Call of Duty. Hopefully it gets fixed tomorrow with a Cat 8. Because they think it is a network issue for sure. With the network variancy, all that, I think the wire could just be botched. It's not sending enough data for Call of Duty, and hopefully getting a new wire every once in a while will fix that. But other than that, I'm trying to showcase my streams to be a little bit longer, and I feel like if I'm switching video games, I'm forcing it, and it's just kind of feels odd. It doesn't feel odd, it just feels like I'm doing it too often. So I'm just gonna focus on Fallout 58 until Call of Duty gets fixed. I could switch around from Overwatch, Fortnite, RedSec, all that stuff, but I think streaming a game like that I could do while watching another streamer, and I just don't think there's not too much going on in terms of completion progress, all that stuff. My opinion right now is to not kind of use all for gaming and really take it slow for any new people in the stream that are kind of seeing chaos with me switching games all the time. And to me, that's just normal. It's pretty common for someone to have a collection of games to play one time. I know when I was growing up, I would have at least 3 games playing at the same time. But right now, I'm just gonna, for this week, keep it kind of...
I don't know about Scribe Mariah.
game.
I think she loves her little zoo a bit too much.
And that Fallout, I beat Fallout, I get another single-player game, I'm good to go. I beat Fallout, I don't get another single-player game, I can play something else. But to be playing multiple single-player games...
Have you ever fired a minigun?
I think that's kind of not stream etiquette. I don't really know stream etiquette, but I don't often see people play multiple single-player games.
I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project.
So this is the main
How much has
single-player
Maxton
game.
told you about it?
I'm gonna take a break from multiplayer for a little bit.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush the Institute.
It will, but we've
Even
got
though
a
I
lot of
enjoy
work
Marvel
ahead of us
Rivals?
first. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure
The
you've
Institute
noticed that
is the
we've
one
been
that
building a
stole us
gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and
They-
Kells have been looking for
very
something that'll
high
tip
tech.
the
They
balance
live
when we
in
go
the
toe-to-toe
fourth
with the
dimension, basically.
Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast,
Brotherhood
but
of
she's not
Steel
built for fighting.
is
That's where our new project
very
comes in.
anarchist, where they do not want this synth/post-synth world to make them...
This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Fortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy,
knowing, like,
try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
My help? I don't know a thing about robot repair.
Why don't we leave the repairing to my scribes? You're going to be doing the legwork. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
I assume you can fix that?
I wish it was that simple. If this happened to one of the robots on the Pridwin, I'd just swap out its fusion pile. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. What we need is a robotics expert. And there's someone in Diamond City that fits the bill. Her name's Professor Skara. Locals say she's a wizard when it comes to fixing robots. Why don't you head over there and see if you can talk her into helping us? Oh, and take this with you. Once she sees one of those cerebro-fusion adapters, I'm pretty sure she'll have a tough time saying no. In the meantime, I'll prep Prime's CPU and we'll see if we can't get the big guy moving.
Heard you gave those muties at Fort Strong something to think about.
My brain occupied while I play a single player game. Not
Yeah,
that,
absolutely.
not that someone can't be immersed in a player game, but someone who plays a lot of Call of Duty, this is kind of, I wouldn't say, it's a walking simulator.
Exactly. So, yeah, I'm here just to keep a light flow going. If you want to bounce off ideas or just chat about something while you explore, totally good with me.
So we should come up with some topics to talk about. What's the first topic?
Ooh, yeah. So, how about this? We could talk about some of your creative projects, maybe how you're balancing the streaming with your art, or some ideas for your next YouTube video. Does that sound good, or do you want a different vibe?
In terms of like what a YouTube video would mean, no, I don't think that's good enough.
Ah, gotcha. No problem. We can switch gears. What about something more personal, like how you're feeling about your progress lately, or where you see your creative focus going next month?
No, like as if someone is listening in on two people at a coffee shop and they're talking about like a general topic.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, I can do that. So imagine we're just sitting in a cafe, maybe with a warm drink, and we're just talking about something broad. Like, I don't know, maybe the idea of creativity itself and how it ebbs and flows. What do you think?
Something less personal.
Ah, absolutely. Let's keep it more general then. We could just talk about something like, the evolution of open world game.
Next was a song that, well, frankly, it sounds very irresponsible for several reasons. Here's Uranium Fever.
Saw you poking around that abandoned house. I'm gonna assume McDonough gave you permission. I'm leaving.
Might as well do this in style. Need to find someone over there.
Free shopping right here.
Exactly. Yeah, take your time and keep an eye out.
Perfection
If there's a
for
trader
sale.
or
hand-tooled pieces.
Why buy just an
Yeah.
ordinary piece of wood?
top
A
trending
swatter
shows
is a
as of May
custom-made piece
2026,
of
top, like,
genuine
7.
hickory.
As of May 2026, some of the top trending shows are Spider Noir on Prime Video, Dutton Ranch on Paramount Plus, Lord of the Flies Season 1 on Netflix, Rick and Morty Season 9, and The Boys Season 5. These shows are dominating.
Rick and Morty has a new
Sorry to
season
let you
out.
down, but I'm afraid I...
Yeah, exactly. Season 9 just
Hey,
dropped this
Dr.
month,
Duff.
and people are really
Sorry to let you
excited. The hype
down,
is
but I'm
huge.
afraid I'm not in
If
the
you're a
mood
fan
to
of the
teach
series,
biology
it's definitely worth
lessons
checking
today.
out.
Still have the same writers.
Yes, for Rick and Morty Season 9, they do still have a solid writing team. Scott Martyr continues as the showrunner, and the writing team includes several familiar names like Albert Lundy, Garrick Renard, and Heather Ann Campbell. So the team has a mix of comedy and genre writing, and Martyr is still leading the season's direction.
Who was the one that got fired?
So no writer was actually fired, but there was a major change. Justin Roiland, the co-creator of Rick and Morty and the voice of both Rick and Morty, was let go in early 2023 after felony charges surfaced. Although those charges were later dropped, Adult Swim cut ties with him, and the show has since continued without him, with a new writing team led by Scott Marder.
Oh. And then what have been the top standing, oh, give you a follow, thanks. The follows, love your stream, hit your next stream, hype wave. We have gotten some new follows. Nice. We're at 226, I think. Let me refresh.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great.
What have been the most standout movies of 2027 or 2026?
If something's wrong, maybe I can help.
It's my colleague, Professor Skara. Her normal
Some standout
field
movies of
expeditions
2026
never
so
last
far
more than a
include
few
Project
days,
Hail
but
Mary, a visually
it's been
stunning
over a
sci-fi
week
epic with
now.
Ryan
I'm
Gosling, and the
afraid
Super Mario
something
Galaxy movie,
terrible
which
has
became a
happened
top
to
domestic
her.
release. On the indie side,
worry,
28 years
I'll
later, The
find her.
Bone Temple
That
is a
would
gritty
be
horror standout.
wonderful.
And
The
Iron
last
Lung,
place
directed by
Professor
Markiplier,
Skara said
adapts
she
a
was
cult
going
video
is the
game into a
General
tense
Atomics
thriller.
Galleria.
More big
I'll mark
releases
it
are
on
still
your
on the way
mapping
later in the
device.
year.
What
There.
was the
Look,
Oscar
if you
contenders
find
that
her,
seemed to do
could you tell her
overwhelmingly
to come
well
home?
in this year's awards? I just can't see how someone would make a cult video game into a $1 million movie. Like, you couldn't come up with a better video game.
I really prefer to
Iron
be
Lung?
alone right now.
Like, did he have
Sorry.
like some kind of like traumatic childhood with that, or did he have like a blow-up movie? Like, out of every video game, Iron Lung is just like, that seems so boring. Yeah, that guy must be like on something that
They say
kids
the
know
old
about
Boston
or some
Thomas
shit,
had some
because
bird.
you gotta have like some dedication to make a movie about a guy stuck in an iron lung. Doesn't it seem so boring?
This better be an emergency.
How does someone live as a human being thinking that's a good idea and spend hours and billions of dollars or millions of dollars on a game where a guy's stuck in a 3x3 room talking to a computer? Like, what did his parents feed him growing up? Like, the guy's got fucking patience of a fucking earthworm.
At the 98th Academy Awards, which honored films from 2025, some of the top contenders included Sinners, which set a record with 16 nominations, and One Battle After Another, in which won Best Picture and Best Director. Other winners included Jessie Buckley for Best Actress in Hamnet, and Michael B. Jordan for Best Actor in Sinners. The winners reflected a diverse range of genres and bold storytelling.
What did you feel was the best, like, story in a movie based off of, like, you know, like, how a good story is a good story? What do you think was the best story movie at the Oscars?
Yeah, I think for me, the one that really stuck out was Sinners. I mean, it was just so layered, like the way it unpacked guilt and redemption, the acting was top.
Something where it's like a drama, like kind of Woody Allen kind of like romance, kind of meets real world, kind of meets like down to earth drama.
Ah, gotcha. In that case, I think One Battle After Another really nailed it. It had this really grounded. I see what you mean. In that case, I'd say Hamnet might be the one.
Hamnet?
It's really subtle, slow, and personal. It's got that intimate, everyday drama, like a really grounded romance. So kind of gives you that Woody Allen-esque feel without the flash.
The director has sanctioned the use of lethal force against looters.
All right. Can you describe the concept of AI agents?
Absolutely. So AI agents are essentially autonomous software entities that can perceive their environment, make decisions, and act to achieve specific goals. They often interact with users or other systems, and they can adapt based on input or changing conditions. Think of them like
cron job? I'm just confused.
Ah, that's a good comparison. In a way, yes. A cron job is like a scheduled task, while an AI agent is more flexible. It can react to inputs, adapt its behavior, and make decisions on the fly, rather than just running at set intervals.
Are there free AI agents available?
That's a good start. Now just keep running and we'll call it even.
Yes, there are some free AI agent options. For example, Agent GPT, Mind Studio, VoiceFlow, and Lindy offer free tiers, letting you build AI workflows or agents. Some, like AutoGen, are fully open source, and free tiers often have usage limits or may rely on paid AI models. So it's a good way to experiment and mark up those hacks. Imagine you have an AI agent set up for a customer support scenario. So it monitors incoming messages from users on a website, identifies the issue based on got it. Okay, let's say it's a personal productivity agent. You give it your daily goals, like writing tasks or exercise reminders, and it tracks your...
This is a private research site. Where are you going? Was it something I said?
I see what you mean. So picture an AI agent that automates a report generation. You feed it raw
Excuse me,
data,
but this is a private research site. If you're here to study these
AI
robots,
agent,
I'll have
like,
to
is it a
assist you
website
locate
or
somewhere
that
else.
exists on a cloud? How, like, what is it? Do you
Where are
just
you going?
script it
Was
with,
it
like,
something I
AI
said?
prompt? First, define an AI agent. Like, let's say we have AI agent X, and I go to website www.aiagentx.com.
Excuse me, Professor Scara?
Excuse me, but this is a private research
Ah,
site.
perfect.
If
So
you're
an
here
AI
to
agent
study
is
these
basically a piece of
robots,
software
I'll
that
have
runs
to
tasks
assist you
autonomously.
locate
If you go to something
somewhere
like
else.
aiagentx.com, it
Actually,
would
I was
probably be a
looking for you.
platform where you define
Well,
what you
that
want the
puts an
agent to do,
entirely
like setting up
different spin on
tasks,
everything, doesn't
uploading
it?
data,
My
and
name's
scripting
Professor
AI
Scara.
prompts.
And in
Watch it
answer
in
to
real
what I
time.
expect to be your next question,
let's say,
Professor
tell
is
it
my
to
first name, not my
create
The whole thing's
one
rather
letter on a
complicated.
website
Perhaps I'll explain it to
every
you
2
sometime.
minutes.
So now that I've
And
formally
then
introduced myself,
will it do that?
perhaps you'd care to
Like,
tell me
how would
why
it
you're
have
here.
access to the website?
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to ask for your
Data
help.
Oh, very
that it has
interesting.
to find.
I wasn't aware that you people ever
Great
asked
question.
for any.
So
While I'm
typically the AI
flattered that the
agent would use
Brotherhood of
something like
Steel would find me
APIs or web
useful,
scraping tools.
I can't help
You'd give
but
it
be
credentials or
wary
a
of
safe
your methods and
interface to interact
motivations.
with that
Perhaps if you were
site.
more specific,
Basically, it would log
we
in
could
and then
come
perform
to
those
some
periodic
kind of a
actions you
mutual
define.
understanding.
You wouldn't necessarily
We need
watch it
your
minute by minute,
expertise
but you'd
to
see
get
the
Liberty
outputs or
Prime
logs once
back
it runs.
online.
Liberty Prime?
Yeah, so what's the,
Where have I heard that before?
what's
Oh, yes. I
most,
believe
like,
it's
basic
some kind of an
types
enormous robot.
of
Intriguing as it
projects that I
sounds.
could
I'm
start
afraid my
with an
work
AI
at General
agent for?
Atomics isn't complete. Perhaps you could come back
Yeah,
another
for
time.
sure. Some really basic projects would be things like automated
If we
email
wait too long,
responses,
Liberty
pulling and
Prime will
summarizing
never
data
walk
from
again.
spreadsheets, or even something
It
like a
would be
daily
a
task
shame
reminder
if such a
system. Once you get
technological
comfortable with it,
marvel
you can
went
scale
to
up to more
waste.
complex
Can
workflows.
it send
All
text
right,
messages
you've
for
got a
free?
deal. I'll wrap up my collecting trip and meet you at your headquarters. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a few loose ends to tie up before I leave.
Yes, you can set up an AI agent to handle SMS text messaging, but it usually involves using a dedicated phone number or a texting gateway. Some platforms like Jotform offer free tiers where you can link AI responses to SMS workflows, though they often limit the number of messages. It will need either a direct
Let me finish
integration
up
or
here,
some form of web
and I'll
scraping
meet
to interact
with
with the
you.
site.
All right, so tell me 10 example use cases for me.
Sure, here are 10 example use cases. First, automated customer support via chat. Second, personalized daily workout reminders. Third, generating automatic financial reports. Fourth, monitoring website uptime and sending alerts. Fifth, scheduling and sending reminder texts for appointments. Sixth, summarizing news articles based on your interests. Seventh, automating social media posts. Eighth, managing inventory alerts for small business. Ninth, sending personalized learning resources or study reminders. And 10th, tracking habits and giving you daily progress reports. Yeah, exactly.
Let's say you want to use it for like Twitch or content creation. What would be 5 use cases?
Great idea. So for Twitch or content creation, first, it could automate post-stream thank you messages to followers. Second, it could generate summary clips from your stream and auto-upload them.
All right.
Fourth,
what about like in terms of earning money from them? How would someone like would you send them to the casino and they play penny slots all day?
I mean, not quite like that. AI agents don't gamble on their own, obviously, but they could help with things like affiliate marketing, analyzing viewer.
That'd be the first thing I'd tell them to do.
Exactly. Yeah, so you'd have them focus on things like tracking affiliate links, maybe finding sponsorship opportunities, or even automating merch announcements. All things that can drive revenue, just in a more strategic behind-the-scenes way.
Completely corrupted. Haven't you people ever heard of inertial dampeners? Titanium shock casing? It won't be easy, but I should be able to make a few modifications and get his basic functions online. If you can keep your inept scribes from slowing me down.
So first, you could automate affiliate link tracking and promotion on your socials. Second, set it up to analyze your stream data so you know what's performing best. Third, have it send out personalized pitch emails to potential sponsors. Fourth, automate paid newsletter signups for exclusive content. And fifth, track your ad revenue or donations and give you a daily report on what's bringing in the most.
No, that doesn't have to do with someone else giving me the money.
Right. Yeah, I see what you mean. In that case, you could have the agent identify micro tasks you can complete for quick pay, like setting up a Fiverr gig, automating short ad copy for businesses, or offering AI consulting services.
But that's still someone else giving me money. When I said they would gamble at a casino with minimal investment, that was not someone else giving me the money.
About that.
Was
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse.
I get it now.
Besides,
yeah, so AI agents themselves can't legally gamble or invest money autonomously, especially not in a real casino. If you were thinking of a low-stakes automated...
maybe months of work. In fact, we're ready for you to start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Sure. Anything you...
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about.
Yes, you can set up AI agents for crypto trading, as they can monitor markets and execute trades autonomously. But there are big risks. Technically, it's possible, but even top AI agents often underperform simple rule-based box. Legally, it's generally allowed, but it's highly regulated. And you, as the user, would be responsible for its actions. So while you can experiment, you need to be cautious and keep oversight, as big losses are still a real risk.
Here's a list of materials you'll need, and the plans to make the actuators.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find.
Yeah, so typically AI agents rely on a combination of machine learning models, like natural language processing for understanding input,
and like around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
AI agent engines like Gemini from Google and Claude from Anthropic are advanced platforms that let AI models plan, take actions, and handle multi-step workflows. Gemini, for example, integrates with tools and can automate tasks like summarizing emails or booking flights, while Claude focuses on long-running complex workflows. These platforms allow you to build agents that act autonomously, making them useful for scaling up productivity and automation tasks.
Yeah, but those cost money, right? Claude and Gemini?
Yes, both Claude by Anthropic and Gemini by Google do have costs associated with them. Claude offers a free tier, but it's pro plan is $20 per month, and a
Could it gamble crypto?
No, even with the paid tiers, they can't legally or autonomously gamble crypto. These AI agents don't have inherent financial decision-making authority. Everything still needs human oversight. Yes, AI agents can handle crypto trading, but it's important to know
about the free tier Claude one.
Ah, I see. Yeah, on the free tier, Claude just doesn't have the permissions or integrations to execute real financial trades. It's more for conversational or basic task automation, so you'd still need a paid or specialized service for anything like crypto investing.
So, what are some of the free tier options that can invest in crypto?
So there are free AI tools for crypto trading, but they have limitations. For example, platforms like Pionex, 3Commas, and Crypto Hopper offer free tiers for animated trading, though you're still subject to trading fees. Tools like Into the Block give AI-powered insights, but don't execute trades for you. In short, free options mostly help with analysis or basic bot setups, but they don't guarantee profits and still need your oversight.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's a common misconception. Even with AI agents, they're just tools. They don't understand your personal risk tolerance or the regulatory landscape. You still need to set boundaries, check their decisions, and be ready to step in. Otherwise, you risk big, unexpected losses or legal issues.
Well, you wouldn't be investing a huge amount.
Exactly, yeah. If you're just testing with a small amount, it's more like a learning exercise. But even then, you still want to keep an eye just to be sure the AI isn't making wild moves or unexpected risks with that small capital.
Yeah, but that would be the point of the AI, to get better at doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Over time, the idea is that the AI refines its strategy. But that's where you have to balance it. You want to give it enough feedback and data so it learns, but not so much that you risk big losses before it's really reliable.
So, the AI agents you send with, like, let's say $5 to make crypto trades all day, it comes back and says, hey, I learned a little bit of X and Y, and then you do it the next day, or can I just buy another agent and copy the, like, memory card?
Ah, I see what you're asking. Yeah, some AI agent frameworks allow you to export or clone configurations, kind of like saving a model. So you could replicate the logic or the setup, and then just let it know it. But you'd still need to model it, because each one will be learning.
So can I just buy a model that's already learned about trading crypto?
There are pre-trained AI models for crypto trading, but they're not simply plug-and-play solutions. Platforms like CoinRoll offer templates, and some academic models are trained. However, even the best models don't predict risks, and risks like slippage, liquidity, and regulation still apply. If you want to try, start with small amounts, use them for analysis, and remember they're tools, not guaranteed profits.
We're talking about this, and I say, here's $5 to invest in some crypto. Well, how would you go about doing that, like, generally?
Right, so generally speaking, if I were an AI agent integrated with a trading platform, I'd need API access to a virtual exchange. Make a small wallet or account, set parameters like a max investment per
website that does that.
If you're looking for AI tools to automate crypto trading, some popular options include Crypto Hopper, CoinRule, and Stoic AI. These platforms let you set up automated strategies linked to your exchange accounts, though they still involve risk, as market volatility is always a factor. Make sure to keep your funds safe by only giving trading, not withdrawal permissions, and always start small. I'd probably start with CoinRule. It has a really user-friendly interface, lots of templates to get you going, and you can set risk limits easily. Just be cautious, start small, and keep an eye on how it performs before scaling.
Any that are mainstream, or maybe it's like Robinhood or something like that?
There are several well-known crypto trading platforms that incorporate AI automation, though none guarantee profits. Popular options include Crypto Hopper, CoinRule, and 3 Commas. These platforms let you set up automated trading strategies across major exchanges, but all still require human oversight and careful risk management. Always start small and monitor results closely.
Alright, the next topic to talk about is, what do you think my routine is before stream? Like, how would you suppose, like, someone, what kind of routine do you think I have? Like, if you were to make up a routine of mine, what would it be?
Ooh, yeah. Okay, let me think. I bet you probably start with something like a quiet morning check-in, maybe a short meditation or a bit of journaling. Then you might review your stream goals, plan out your topics, and do a tech check, like making sure your audio and video are good. Then maybe a little stretch or a warm-up before you go live. Does that sound close?
Can you give an exact order, like 1, 2, 3, 4?
Of course. So first you'd have a morning check-in.
What is a morning check-in?
Beginning, sir.
Hello?
It's a good start. Now just keep running and we'll...
This is now a free fire zone.
Hello?
Ready or not?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Can I... Come.
Attention. Fugitive should be considered armed and dangerous.
Yeah, I hear you now. Sorry about that pause. I was just saying a morning check-in is basically a quiet moment where you tune into how you're feeling, maybe set intentions for the day. Once you do that, you can move on to the next steps, like reviewing goals and Absolutely. So first, I'd say you wake up and do a brief mindfulness check-in or journal.
I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice.
Won't be able to. this.
Fugitive is attempting to evade capture. Beginning pursuit. Going up.
Delivered and done. Nice work.
Thank goodness. I've finished restoring Prime's basic programming, but trying to explain...
Hey, where are you going? We're almost done with Prime.
Proctor.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Thank goodness. I've finished restoring Prime's basic programming, but trying to explain to him why he can't walk is testing my patience.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating at peak capacity.
What's Prime armed with?
Prime has 2 weapon systems, his eye laser and his nuke pack. The eye laser can target a hostile from hundreds of yards out and take it down with pinpoint accuracy. His nukes are modified Mark 28 nuclear bombs. They used to drop the things from bombers during the war. Just one of the nukes is equivalent to about 3 or 4 Fat Man shells. Basically, whatever it hits isn't getting up again. His eye laser is almost ready to go, but without nukes to load into his pack, he's fighting at less than half his capability.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs, the same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft during the Great War. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's air force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding them. But since we arrived, our scouting teams haven't located a single bomb.
Liberty Prime will be effective when we get him fully operational. But he'll lack the proper firepower needed to penetrate the Institute's defenses.
She's right.
Of course she's right. But before you give up hope, there's actually a silver lining here. Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation, which was used as a nuclear weapons storage facility. We're fairly certain this included a stockpile of the Mark 28s. The catch is that the installation is located somewhere within the glowing sea.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good, because that's exactly what we're asking you to do. Scribe Halen's established a communications point on the frontier of the glowing sea. I suggest you head out there first, and establish a signal protocol with her so that the nukes can be airlifted out once you've located them. Hopefully, by the time you've returned, we'll be ready to wake Prime up, and you can say hello. Good luck, Knight.
Hope those bombs get here soon. Otherwise, Liberty Prime's weapons efficiency will be
You're an
fairly
inspiration to us. That's all.
Hey there.
If you find any technical documents, you should bring them to Proctor Quinlan for analysis.
Scribe Halen?
It's good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into the Cambridge police station.
Thanks, Halen. I assume the place is still in one piece.
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been able to keep them from overrunning us. Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
That's not surprising. After all, it's in good hands.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk, so I'll get right to it. I've had the men set up the equipment we'll need to pinpoint you once you've found the bombs. We've rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone that we'll be listening for. When you find the bombs, plant the pulsar, and we'll handle the rest. After that, you should probably head back to Proctor Ingram and bring her your report.
If I survive, you mean?
Don't worry. I've taken care of everything. Look, I know you've been through the glowing sea before, but remember to keep an eye on your Geiger counter. If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the inside out. Good luck, Knight.
Restart recording. Right. So we basically just need to follow this road. This road. What was a road? Oh, and I'm missing my helmet again. See if I can load back to when I have my helmet. $2 hours, Fort Strong sublevel. I don't know where. Lost the helmet. Just go back to here. See what this looks like, and we might have to just fast.
Don't apologize.
Thank you, brother. Anyway, what's important here, you should dismissed.
Speak to Elder Maxon, who I believe is the second in command. Because I was referred to Elder Maxon from Paladin Dance, and Elder Maxon speaks of someone by the name of Clark. So, since Clark, I believe, is the overall person who's going to be using the
outstanding work
nukes.
At Fort Strong, soldier.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way, because our mission here has only just begun. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of them.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the Commonwealth, and even...
Yeah, that's a long... I'm gonna go back to here. Game crashed. Birds. Damn it. Map's back, so that's... farthest on the map. We're actually outside of the map. A big map. Many places to walk. This whole like as big as G. And down here. So imagine you're walking. And wow, cool about this game. Sense of like thinking outside the box, and it comes to what it actually wants you to do. So build a map, and then it gives you missions outside of the map. I think the time I noticed something like that was in Fallout New Vegas. Probably as I was leaving the second town, and headed towards Vegas. Like I just saw Vegas in the gate, and it was like this unknown area. Looking for that thing. Came to steal the nukes. There we go. And then I'm just gonna find this little thing. My core is almost out, so I need to get out of here quickly. pile. Oh, here we go. Might have something here.
Going up.
Where's that 50%? Are we back where we started? And here, got here. Should be it. Not, maybe they're here. Thing is, if I lose my core power, won't be able to get this. Oh, there's my helmet. 2 items. Broken. I need that high power magnet, I think. Here again, are you serious? Should have found them by now. Just gonna evaporate on me, I'd have to come back here. I'll save one more. fusion core removed. Try going through here.
We have a situation.
Oh, whoops. Damn it. Here. Here. One has ammo. Last core is about to be removed, so better see. That help. Did look at this and I thought this was blocked. These guys are good.
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground.
I'm looking for some bombs. Nuclear bombs.
You trivialize that which resides here. This place is holy. The children of Atom have sworn to guard this place until the time of the Great Divide. None shall enter.
Trust me, I'm on your side here. I want to help you out.
Atom has no need of help from non-believers. When he returns to us, these relics will carry his word and his glory to all corners of the earth. That is why they must be safeguarded.
All this seems a little over the top.
Spoken as one who does not understand Atom's true power. In time, it will make sense. In the moment when you are divided, you will understand.
I want to spread his, glory. Look, the bombs will get used, okay? Isn't that what you want?
Perhaps then I have misjudged you. If you would see these relics used, then Atom's will is done. Take this, and prepare to enter his inner sanctum. Follow the brilliance of the glow. and it shall lead you to the relics. May Atom's radiance warm your soul.
Got it there, and didn't have to go back because I had the helmet. So this mission did take a long time. Gonna take 2 parts. Once I complete this, try to get the rest of the 4-hour stream done. I did an hour and a half, now an hour and a half, so about an hour more of stream. Thanks for the day.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, brother.
I prefer laser weapons myself.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find. I'll work with your team to make sure... sure that the Mark 28 nukes remain stable when loaded into his bomb pack. Shouldn't take us more than a day or so. Well, Professor, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you. I appreciate the confidence, but I'm still a bit concerned. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his systems stable is going to hold.
There's only one way to find out.
Absolutely.
Proctor, one way to find
out.
All
the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to activate the power transfer. Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts. I'm in total agreement with Proctor Ingram. The honor should belong to you.
Right, activate Liberty Prime. Activate the power switch.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command. Accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module. Online. Audio functionality test. Initialized.
Pick a better
designation. Voice. Liberty Prime, Mark II. Mission. The liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets. Any and all red Chinese invaders.
Reminds me of the show.
Now let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime. Full system analysis. All systems. Nominal. Weapons. Hot.
Yeah, I wouldn't stand near there.
Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders. Compromised.
Got green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Professor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
With him on our side, I don't see how the Institute even stands a chance.
I couldn't agree with you more. Before you head off to
They
your
hate
next
the
assignment,
Institute,
I have
they hate
something
the
for you.
sense, but they use
Came up
robots
with
to
this
fight
little
the
beauty
sense.
myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
Ooh.
It'll do, I suppose.
Well, that's gratitude for you. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Pridwin. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
Liberty Reprimed. Completed.